This is my cat, Socks, and this is her mother, Maladeth, and these are her dads. I don't know their names, but me and Socks, we spend a lot of time together right here in this room, though I do wonder, how can I tell when we are together if she is not passing time with me rather than I with her? Similar to all living beings, she was thrust into existence without consent, equipped with a conscious and physiological toolset perfectly attuned for a multitude of environments, including an optimized behavior set for the cohabitation with humans such as myself. Socks and I have formed a committed partnership over the years. She surveys with great diligence and violent ferocity the undergrowth of my home, and she has saved me from many unpleasant interactions with rodents and insects. She also loves to talk and has formed nuanced vocalizations to communicate her needs, mostly like "I'm hungry" or "open door" or "I'm still hungry." Those are typically her favorite words. But as a single male who works a little bit too much, Socks serves as the ideal house companion. Yet, late at night, when that 20 milligram edible kicks in and my mind is being flooded under the weight of my own reflection, my doubts, my fears, the perpetual unrest of my humanity, and my atoms start thinking too much about my atoms, that's when I notice Socks. She's asleep, gently tucked and purring inside the squishy bits surrounding my armpits, and I find myself in awe. She, in this moment, is happy, fed, safe, comfortable, and content. I've also seen her experience pain, fear, boredom, jealousy, an array of emotions that could have been ripped straight from the wall of my therapist's office. Her mind, unlike mine, is one and undivided. Both pain and pleasure move through her with the same ease as time itself. For instance, if I accidentally step on her tail, she experiences pain and reacts accordingly, and 30 seconds later, when I give her a treat, that pain is quickly replaced by pleasure. If only I could move through my emotions with such ease. Conscious awareness can spring up in many forms, and nature has shown that natural selection does not necessarily move towards self-awareness being the apex of an evolutionary thread. Both Socks and I are as evolved as our species have ever been. We're both quite well suited to survive the environments in which we live. However, I can't help but notice that, despite living in the same terrifying and indifferent universe, that she has no problems falling asleep next to her human, who happens to be wide awake. This morning, I was the towering god of food to her, yet in this moment, I'm reduced to a painfully self-aware, flesh-filled cat mattress, a mattress that cannot sleep because of who am I, how did I get here, does anything have any meaning at all? Now, I can't be sure, but to Socks it would appear that the answers to these questions are inconsequential, perhaps entirely meaningless to ask in the first place. If she's hungry, scared, or hurt, to her, life is always worth living. I was once told in church that animals don't have souls, an idea I found strikingly devoid of humanity and counter to the belief that all dogs go to heaven. But how do you even get a soul? What makes something exist in the first place? Now, I could speak with great romance about the essence of life. Envisioned in a glowing orb, God-woven, golden, and glimmering, the core in which resides the seat of consciousness. I could speak of how a great and incomprehensible power assigns these orbs to flesh, to arrive, to become, to grow, and to inevitably depart. And though my words reflect the truth of my own soul, my feelings, my experiences, it's all still hypothetical and exposes the limits of philosophy. What I do know is that I exist. I know this because I can ask the question in the first place. Whether or not my cat can do the same is moot, because in my acknowledging of her, well, that means she exists to me. 13.7 billion years ago, an infinite chain of events was set off that led to the intersecting paths of myself and my cat. Two glowing orbs, perhaps, set adrift in our world within worlds. Our universe is incomprehensibly beautiful and horrifying, and if you find yourself lonely or scared and in need of a miracle, start by looking outside and know that every time you acknowledge something, in that moment, it exists. It's a common phrase when things are tough to say something like, pray for a miracle. But every breath is a miracle. Our being together is a miracle. Within every day are billions of things that should never have happened, but they did. And either way, what worth is a miracle without someone or something to share it with?